All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to make this block that has a hole removed from it. This operation requires us to draw a couple of rectangles, do a couple of extrusions, and I'm going to demonstrate how to do that. First, you can see I already have some geometry here. I've got this pyramid and got other things going on. So I'm going to hide that pyramid by hitting the hide button. So if you have things on your screen that you don't want the world to see, or you don't want to be looking at, you can just hide it. For example, I had my origin hidden, so come back and get that. So I'm going to go ahead at this time and actually delete my old geometry so I can go ahead and get this started for you. So we're going to go ahead and open up a new sketch. I've already started my sketch. We're going to put this on the front plane. So actually, you want to start from the beginning. So we'll delete that. Delete. Okay. So I'll start a sketch. I'm going to choose the front work plane. And I'll go ahead and name my sketch. I'm going to name that sketch. And here we are working on that front work plane. I tap on the front button over here on the view cube, or tap the N key on the keyboard to view normally, straight down at it. If you have your planes on, you can toggle those on and off, remember, with tapping the P key on your keyboard, or by selecting them individually from the browser on the left hand side of your screen. We're going to draw that rectangle, or two rectangles. There's going to be center point rectangles. So center point rectangle is shortcut key R on the keyboard, or grab it from the drop down menu up top. We're going to draw two of those. And we're going to dimension those as squares. So the first one will be a 1-inch square. The second one will be a 2-inch square. And of course, in order to make them squares, I can either dimension them, two sides. But I'm lazy and I like to use rules rather than dimensions. So I'm going to come up and get the equal constraint, or tap the E on the keyboard and make sure the adjacent sides are equal. And so now you can see that we have a 2-inch square and a 1-inch square, and our blue dot has gone away over here in our list so that we know our sketch is fully constrained. Let's save that and exit by hitting the green check. And then we're going to go back into 3D space by hitting the corner of the view cube. And now here we are. Let's go ahead and turn that into a 3D extrusion. So up next to the sketch button is the extrude button. And I want to grab everything to extrude. I'm just going to call this block. Call this the block. And it's going to be a solid, and it's going to be new. And we're going to have both of those things, both of the sections. Now, a lot of times folks will only select one or the other, and you wind up with this weird looking either smaller cube than you planned or rectangle with a hole in it. In our case, just either select both areas or drag a window over both areas to get that to extrude. So again, named it block, solid, new. Be blind, we'll go with 1-inch, that looks great. But I wanted to point back the other way because I want to see so I can push it back, or I can hit the flip arrow. So I want this arrow pointing up and to the right so that the direction is extruding from front to back. We'll go ahead and save that. And right now you can see we've got a block. However, we got a new part down here. We'll rename that block. So we have a block, but it doesn't have that remove section that we started off with at the beginning of the model that you saw there. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, if I hit the extrude button, you'll see there isn't anything to extrude. At least there isn't that cutaway section because my sketch has disappeared. So we're going to turn the sketch back on by hitting the eyeball icon here. And now I can see my sketch again. So we'll go ahead and click that sketch as the area to remove. It's going to be solid. It's going to be remove, solid, and remove. So solid, remove, facing sketch region of extrude. Put that right there. Blind depth, which means we're just going by a value. We'll go with a 1/2 inch. And that looks good. Merge scope is the block, so that works. And there you have it. There is a block with a remove section. That's everything you need to know. So good luck, have fun, and as always, keep being awesome.